Welcome, Riddell Sports Network. I'm Dan. This is Dare.
What's up,
Dave?
Happy belated birthday to the Big Hurt and Jeff Bagwell, two 90s studs first basemen, two of my faves.
Might as well start there.
That's why I did it.
Yeah. The only two Hall of Famers to have the exact same birthday, Jeff Bagwell and Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas, by the way, one of my favorite non-Yankees of all time.
I love Frank Thomas.
Just mashing. Absolute monster. But
talking about his testosterone pills? What are you talking about?
he does, yeah. What is it now? He does like dick pills or something, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Testosterone that he does?
Yeah, some kind of
like eugenics or something.
Eugenics, yeah, that's it.
He's like, oh, does your woman wish you were rock solid?
And the guy he's talking to, it looks like his daughter, which is really weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably his woman.
Next time you see that commercial.
Somebody else is on there with him. Another baseball dude.
Yeah.
Not Palmero. Somebody else. Somebody like that.
Who is that?
I can't think of who it is. I can picture it, but I can't think of who it is. How about they had 94? They both won MVP.
Really?
I thought that was a pretty weird thing.
Both at 26 years old?
Yeah, Bagwell and NL and Big Hurt and AL. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I was a diehard Frank fan. Everybody else, everything else was Yankees, but Frank Thomas was mimic him while you're playing and shit like that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Nobody can mimic that, though.
No.
He had an ugly stance. Both guys, ugly stance.
Weird, lazy, slow swing, but he just crushed.
Yeah.
Doug Flutie.
Oh, Doug Flutie. Yep, I knew there was another one on there. I couldn't think of who it was.
He needs that. He pops those blue chews, too. Doug Flutie. He's hitting both.
You guys ever try Flutie Flakes?
I don't think so.
Think they were Frosted Flakes with no sugar.
That's another dude. He and Vinny Testaverde playing till they're like 50. Like, how does this make any sense? All right. Irish legend O'Neill Cruz hits the hardest hit ball in the StatCast era ever tracked by StatCast, 122.9, and it's a home run, and it's ghost.
Yeah, he mushed.
This poor bastard pitching. All right, let's see.
Jesus. That's insane. Dude's a freak of nature. It's just crazy.
Did you see the other one in the same game where the calls a strike that's at his ankles and he just turns slow, looks back at him, doesn't say anything?
Let me just crush another one.
Like, he's got the Judge syndrome.
Yeah,
because Judge always gets the low strikes called.
Yeah, and he's up there in height too. He's
6'7".
I was gonna say he's a big boy.
Yeah. But yeah, this guy's a monster. They moved him out to center field, which is perfect for him.
Yeah, he was okay at short. He wasn't great, but
just a monster cannon.
Oh yeah, it's like 100.
Yeah. Can we put his arm on Volpe real quick?
Insane. Him and Ellie are the future. Ellie's a monster too.
Yeah, they got some no relation,
similar builds, but they're both gonna be monsters.
Yeah, I think Ellie De La Cruz is a better overall, but O'Neill is a better hitter. If that sounds about right.
And I was surprised it was his record. It was his record he broke. I thought it would have been Stanton or Judge. Yeah, because Stanton usually has the hardest hit. It's usually like 118 or something.
Yeah, because all he does is go up there and try and slaughter the ball. Yeah.
Imagine being the pitcher and that 123 whizzed by your head. I'm like, I'm done. Take me out. I'm good.
Yeah. How do the Pirates still suck?
They don't score. They don't score.
But they have a solid team.
Yeah.
With like Brian Reynolds and Hayes at third. They got some good players.
Yeah, they just don't score. Their catcher's
good. And then obviously Skeens.
Yeah, they're like a 1-2 run team. Like Skeens lost that one game 1-0.
Oh yeah, that was that against Philly?
It might have been.
All right. Let's check in on Shohei Ohtani, the greatest. What did Colin Cowherd?
He makes every other athlete in the world look small.
Yeah.
I just thought this was a good stat because at this point last year when he hit his 20th home run was in his 75th game. So he's what 21 games or something ahead of that.
Well, he had all that stuff going on with his gambling problems, and then
which he had something to do with. Yeah.
Was it his agent?
Yeah, he was like, "I'll throw your family couple million if you just take the heat for it."
I know we're supposed to be talking about Ohtani right now, but can we take a look at the fact that Judge has 2 fewer home runs, 12 more RBIs?
What about that average?
And 103 more points on the average. Can we just Judge's average is higher than Ohtani's on base percentage, Colin Cowherd? Can we talk about that for a moment?
Ohtani makes him look small though.
Yeah, small baby boy Judge over there. This guy, keep an eye on this guy because this dude he was like this basic ass non-hitting little dude, and now he's an absolute stud.
And he plays hard.
Yeah,
he reminds me of
There's checking for fantasy. There's no way he's available.
No way. He went first round, second round probably. He plays like a 90s player. You know what I mean? He plays hard. Yeah. But I had him last night, not to bring up betting, but I had him $900 if he would have hit a home run yesterday.
Damn.
Said, you bastard.
Damn, he's got 14.
Yeah, that's why I picked him.
Holy is 16 steals. Yeah. Props to Ohtani. He's got 11 stolen bases. He's the only other one in double digits.
They could let Judge loose. So
Kyle Tucker with 15?
Tucker's quick.
Really? I know Tucker's a beast, but 15?
Yeah. I think they pull the trigger on. They don't pull the trigger on Judge, though. They don't want him getting hurt.
Yeah, that's smart.
He's still got a handful of them. How many's he got?
Judge only has 4.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. This dude, another dude to watch out for.
Yeah.
You want to give a look?
A's have some young
he ain't ready either, but yeah.
A's have some young guys that they keep them together if they can afford them down the road. They're a good solid team.
Oh, he'll be playing for
definitely
Houston or someone. But yeah, this dude's a little beast.
Roker's another one. I can't think of what's the other one?
What position?
I'm pretty sure he's an outfielder. Or is Roker the outfielder? Oh, Soderstrom. Yeah. Yeah, they got a good handful. They got a good core. It reminds me of the Marlins. They're going to have a solid core, and then they're going to start feeding them off because they can't afford them.
Yeah. Freeman's still doing his thing. 359, I mean.
You see his swing? Is that the weirdest, but smoothest?
Yeah. It's
pretty. Like he brings his hands up before he snaps them across. It's so weird. And he like digs the ball up top. It's weird.
Jacob Wilson's not available. No chance.
Oh, somebody got him in April, so
yeah.
He was on the waiver. Nobody cares.
Crazy.
Is Will Warren doing better for you?
Will Warren is on somebody else's team.
You let him go?
Sure did.
Now that he's balling? What about Clark Schmidt? Did you let him go?
I got him.
Yeah, Will Warren, 7 strikeouts last time.
Yeah.
We talked about this. You said, he's not that good.
No, I just told you I didn't think I told you to pick him. I don't know.
I'll be all right. I got a lot of good pitch.
Yeah.
This sucks. Injury news. We're gonna do back-to-back injuries, 2 different sports. Bryce Harper gets hit on the elbow. Same elbow that was surgically repaired 2 years ago, which is why he moved to first base. So
why does he not have a guard on? I mean, even if it was a small one.
Oh, here it is up here.
But Strider apologized. Strider was like, I hope he didn't think it was anything malicious or anything like that. He said, I definitely didn't mean to hit him. He said, I'm going to have to go inside because he's a great hitter. He's one of the best players in the game. He said, but it definitely wasn't intentional.
Sucks. That might be Philly's championship window slammed shut right there if he's out for the year.
Yeah, I don't think so. The way they're talking is that he's going to be all right.
95.3 mile an hour fastball on his right elbow. Yeah, I think he should probably be thinking about an elbow pad because it's just rough.
He should have just took it off the back.
Yeah, it's too fast though.
Yeah, Benintendi rating the numbers yesterday. Oh my god.
Yeah. Dave's favorite player currently is injured. Will be out at least a couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
So the WNBA ratings will have to rely on the stud Angel Reese.
She did just become the fastest player to get to 500 points, 500 rebounds. I believe that's what the stat was earlier.
Are they offensive rebounds?
And I was surprised. They're most of them are me bounds, but
yeah.
But 500 points, 500 rebounds is 10 and 10.
They're me bounds
per game.
Say me bounds.
What is that?
It's a me bound because she shot it, so she gets more rebound.
Well. Yeah, what percentage? What's her shooting percentage? 8?
No, it's 20. It's 23.8%.
Stud.
And I think most of that was on layups.
Listen, if you guys don't think that the WNBA will thrive under Angel Reese, you got a problem with yourself, not with her. We had this conversation many times.
They moved her eyes apart. She looks exactly like the sloth from Ice Age.
Yeah.
They moved her eyes all the way across. That shit had me rolling. I was
Sounds
dying.
about right.
But yeah, that's gonna hurt, and you're gonna watch the attendance drop down real quick, and they're gonna find out that that's why everybody's coming. I know Paige Beckers she's doing good, so she's gonna be bringing a crowd.
But if you think about your 500 and 500, that's 10 points and 10 rebounds per game, because she's probably played 50 games. What bounds? So far. I'm not saying it.
Yeah, say it once. Yeah, that's not a lot.
My re stands for something else when I mention her rebounds. Remarkable. Yeah. Remarkable how terrible she is. Look at this lanky ass chick in the corner. Holy shit. She's got to be 6'5" at least.
Skinny as hell.
Yeah. Anyways, anything on Caitlin Clark? Do you care?
I care very much. And I sat home and I was praying last night. And I lit some candles. So let's just hope for a speedy recovery.
Are you going to continue your WNBA coverage in her absence?
I can't.
Oh.
I can't. I'm going to take the absence with her. And we're just she's going to call me later and we're going to chat about it. So,
yeah. That's good. Let's talk MNBA, right? Right? All right. So, Final Four. Knicks down 3-1. Timberwolves down 3-1. We'll do this. Here's your stat leaders so far in the playoffs. Jalen Brunson, the leading scorer altogether. Halliburton's just going off. Who the hell? Oh, I thought it said Jason Tyson. Who the hell is Jalen Tyson? Am I supposed to know that?
It was on Cleveland.
No.
I don't know.
That Jason Tatum's brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts so far on Knicks Pacers?
I mean, I think they played pretty evenly. The one game, Knicks were up a bunch. Pacers come back and win. I think that was game 1. The last game, the game before, was that game 3 where Towns, you didn't watch it, did you? Towns came back in the fourth quarter.
I watch all these games.
He made 20 points in the fourth quarter, brought them back. They were down 20. They have the most of all time 20-point comebacks. They have 3 this playoffs. They've been great games. They're very evenly matched. Halliburton just had a triple-double, no turnovers. One of the first ones to do it. Well, I think adds to a small list of people to do that. It's weird. Knicks are better when Brunson isn't on the floor, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. There was a clip going around when Brunson, I think it was in game 2, he comes and just jacks up this wild ass 3, and the guy, I can't remember who the player was who was trying to get the rebound and ended up going to Indiana, and he just goes, "Why?"
Brunson's always on the floor too. Always. Yeah. He flops.
I think Randall's a problem for me. Isn't he considered one of their big 3?
That's for Wolves.
Not what's their big? What's their big?
Towns?
Oh no, it is whatchamacallit. Yeah, it is.
You're talking about?
Yeah, I was thinking of T-Wolves. But yeah, all these games have been close. What was the worst one by 9 maybe?
No, the worst one was by, are you talking Knicks?
Out of the other 3 Knicks games. It was like 9, 5, and 3 or something. Okay. I mean, they're all close. They're competitive. Knicks just can't finish.
The one Timberwolves win was by like 40 something.
That's what Yeah, they blew out the Thunder.
So seemingly they're outscoring the Thunder in the series and still down 3-1, which is
that Randall in that game is just how are you? You're considered one of the top players on the team, right? Top 3 maybe, and you're
Randall,
scoring 4 points a game, 5 points a game. That's insane. I'm not telling you to drop 40, but you got to give me 15. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's just crazy. Just get him off the floor.
It's not even like he's shooting 15, 20 times a game. He's just, what was he, 3 for 9 for 5 points or something along those lines?
It's just like he's chilling off to the side.
3 for 9.
Is he at least getting 15 boards?
Sense,
No, he's not.
Yeah,
So,
you got to show up, dude.
This last game, the game 4, Timberwolves beat him in every single category except one, turnovers. They had 21 turnovers to...
Who's turning the ball over? Just everybody?
It's a collective. But Anthony Edwards isn't getting involved. I mean, he's not attacking and shooting, but he's getting his teammates involved. They're scoring big points. They're right there.
I think it's time for Gobert, too, to head down the road.
Did you see him? I saw this old clip of him saying he could D-Shaq. He couldn't D-Shaq today.
No. Yeah. I saw this old clip of Gobert when he had COVID and rubbing his hands all over the microphones.
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah.
He's licking the microphone and shit.
These arrogant-ass kids don't really understand what Shaq was.
Oh, God.
And Gobert, it's not even like he's big. He's just tall.
Yeah.
Remember Sean Bradley?
What, 7'6" or something? He was big as hell.
7'5", and he would just get 7'6", and he would just get steamrolled.
Yeah, because he was skinny.
And they had thick-ass dudes guarding Shaq. And
Shaq was a one-step, one-dribble, turn around, and just cram.
Yeah.
You better pray for your life that he doesn't dunk on you.
It's crazy because when you compare Shaq, he's not like the most skilled guy, but he's just the most physically dominating.
Yeah, just power.
So here's the stats from the last Thunder T-Wolves game. Anthony Edwards with 16, which is...
Took 2 shots the first quarter.
You have Alexander Walker and DiVincenzo each with 20 off the bench, and then McDaniels with 20 plus. So other than that, here's your boy Randall, 5 points.
That's crazy.
He's been good this whole playoffs, though. He's been...
How do you have 5 points, but you got 5 turnovers?
5 points, 5 turnovers, 7 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal.
You're getting 5 points, you better have 15 boards.
It's like James Harden.
Oh my God. Rough. And the Thunder just, I mean, they're clearly the better team. No disrespect to the Timberwolves, but they had the easiest path to get here. They played a Lakers team with nobody down low. And then Golden State without Curry.
Which they probably still would have won that. Who knows, though? But they were rolling.
With Curry, Golden State was 1-0. Without him, they were 0-4.
That's a good point.
I mean, he was playing decoy quite a bit. I don't know. This one's hard to watch, though. The games have been good other than that one, but it's just, it seems like it's already written. So, who has the better chance of coming back? And I think we're all going to have the same answer.
Yeah, definitely Knicks.
Yeah. I don't see any chance for... What was the... Thunder had like 68 wins, right? They definitely didn't lose 3 in a row all season, let alone to the same team.
Well, they went up at 9 losses or something. It wasn't
so
much.
If it was 68, it would be...
They might have made double-digit losses. I don't know, but 14, it was right in that area.
14.
Yeah, like you said, OKC is just a better team. Just you got beat by a better team, plain and simple.
Yeah.
You got your one game in, and that's probably going to be it.
Gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
So game 5, is the Knicks or the...
Thunders tonight.
Thunders tonight, Knicks tomorrow. Do either of them extend to game 6? So OKC's at home, and so is the Knicks, actually.
I think they finish it off, but Knicks probably have a chance to send in another game, but I don't think so.
About the offs. NHL real quick. So I lied. I thought this Eastern Conference, we talked about this 5 days ago, but I thought this was going to be a great series. Carolina went up 1-0 this past game. It was 2 nights ago. That was their first lead of the series.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And they're a whole different animal.
Yeah.
They are insane. They get after it.
They're some tough bastards. They're fun to watch. and it's looking like a rematch.
Yeah, I thought Dallas would put up more of a fight though, because they looked good in the beginning of the playoffs. So I thought they would put up more of a fight.
Yeah, I think they'll stretch it to Game 6, but Florida's gonna end this one out. Game 5 is tonight in Carolina, but that doesn't seem to matter to the Panthers where they're playing. So, I was so confident this was going to be like
you were like
series.
Must watch, gotta watch it.
It's blowouts. The last game, Game 4, was good. It was fun to watch. Carolina lost or won 2-0, but it was still a fun game. Man, all right. Kirk, don't call me Kurt Cousins, is skipping OTAs. Do you care? Does this matter to any teams?
Doesn't matter a lot because a lot of dudes do it, but you're just wondering what's gonna unfold after this. It's gonna start crying for a trade, and which I would. You know what I mean? I'd want out.
Do you trade him if you're the Falcons?
I would. If you think you have your guy, I would. Just you got to get somebody to take a lot of that cash, though. I mean, you can't trade him and then eat a lot of that cash.
Where is he? Where gonna go? Rodgers retires in Pittsburgh.
I was going to say definitely Pittsburgh.
So these OTAs are not mandatory.
No, they're not.
He's a veteran. He's a backup quarterback. He's a maybe I'm going to go to the Steelers. Steelers playing B. I don't really mind much. He's not there.
Yeah.
Now the James Cook one, on the other hand,
that's what you call a segue.
I don't like he's missing it because he's out and about his contract because he's better than Saquon Barkley or whatever he said.
Nah. I tell him you can shop it. Like, yeah, shop around.
Hey.
Shop around, and then we'll match whatever somebody else wants to give you.
If the Bills extend him and give him what he wants, they deserve what's coming to them. The Bills need to move the hell on. There's a lot out there. Go get his brother. He still got some.
He was a lot. He ran a lot of their offense, though. You know what I mean? Their offense pretty much. I mean, it went through him a lot, and he did do a lot of key runs.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a horrible.
But I would tell him. I seriously would tell. How long is he under contract for? Or is this a renewal?
I think this is.
Yeah, this is his last year, right?
Yeah, this is going to be his last year.
I tell him.
I don't think it is it?
Oh, I thought.
I'm not sure, but I'd be like, shop around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Somebody wants to give you 20 a year. Take it. We'll trade you. Because you know what it's going to turn into. He's going to turn into a crybaby and sit down and not want to play, so you're going to lose him anyways.
You're right. Unrestricted free agent after the year.
Trade him. If you're not going to pay him, trade him.
Where? Who takes him?
Cowboys?
Ooh. Actually would be a really good spot for him because they like to pay. They'd have all their money into 5 dudes, so that would be a great spot for him. And I think he'd actually do well.
You know who could take him who could use him if they didn't blow all their money too? Is Cincinnati after dumping Joe Mixon.
Yeah. You're down on Chase Brown.
Chase Brown's the dude.
He's good.
He's definitely not the dude.
And he's cheap.
You can say what you want about him, but he's not the dude.
He's cheap.
The problem that the Bills have is a lack of backups.
Yeah.
They do have Frank Gore's son.
Ray Davis pretty.
It's all right, but is he your top running back on a championship team? No.
I don't. Yeah.
So what do you do if you're the Bills?
They're gonna
given this information.
I'm saying they're going to be forced into paying him is what they're going to do. Unless you were to trade him somewhere, like trade him, we'll say, to New York and get Braylon Allen, we'll say, who's their backup. You know what I mean? I don't know if they take him because they got Breece Hall, but something like that. If you could find a deal like that where their backup is, because Braylon Allen, I think, can run an offense. With a third down back, if you gave him a third down back, I think he'd be fine in any offense.
I agree. So much so that the Jets are going to run a committee back.
I know they
backfield.
are. I know. You know what I mean? Somewhere like that. You just got to find somebody who has that good back. What about no, Denver's not. I was going to say, what about Denver's backup back, that back that they had? Not McMillan. McLaughlin?
Yeah. Was he? I'm not touching Denver's running back.
Was he decent?
He's all right.
Yeah.
There's not much out there right now.
I mean, if you could get a pick and a back for him.
Yeah, because if you're the Bills, you screwed yourself. You should have traded him before the draft.
Yes.
But now you're SOL.
And then use that pick that you got to trade up and get somebody nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to wind up being forced to pay this dude. He's going to jam them up. They're not going to get any receivers. They're going to have the same receiving core that they had.
Do you know that Joey Bosa's on here?
On the Bills, yeah.
We talk about that? I completely missed it because he popped up with an injury.
Yeah, we
and
talked
I was
about
like, on
it.
the Bills? What?
Yeah, because they cut him. Chargers cut him. Chargers? They got two good Gus Edwards and
they're
is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Gus
Edwards gone. Dobbins, I think Dobbins is floating around.
Dobbins, I think they got back, didn't they?
I don't know.
I think
I
they
thought
did.
he was.
But they also
free
just
agent.
drafted a running back. The Chargers did. Guess they probably wouldn't do that. All right.
Dobbins did well for them, though. Why didn't they fill their other needs? Dobbins did good. I thought Dobbins did well last year.
He's always got an injury problem floating around.
Yeah, true. True.
Do you want to do who you got, or do you want to do trivia? Trivia is always a disaster with you two.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm bad at trivia.
It always sucks.
Why don't you give me the trivia and I'll give it to you two?
Because I already know the answers.
Oh. Well, we'll change the guys.
It's not that.
Oh. All right, I tried.
But
dumb question.
Uh-huh.
You guys know how many? Do you know why they call it Indy 500? You know, wait, how many laps are in the Indy 500?
Because it's in Indianapolis and there's 500 laps.
There it is. What do you say, Dan?
I would say,
How many laps?
is it 500 laps? There's no way.
It's a small track, though. Indianapolis is tiny.
500 laps?
Indianapolis is tiny.
So I'm not an idiot. You'd be there for like 10 hours.
Really? You are, though.
I'm
the
not
race
an
is
idiot.
like 5 hours
I thought
long
it
or some
was
shit, right?
What the hell else would it stand for? 500 miles?
What's your final answer?
I don't have an answer.
200 laps.
Then what's the 500 kilometers?
I didn't look that far into it.
Maybe it is.
Could be, but
it's one of the small ones. Or is that Talladega? Which one's tiny?
I don't know.
One of them is tiny. Oh, it might be Talladega then.
Stupid ass movie with Will Ferrell that sucked.
It's
I know you like that.
That is a great movie.
That's like
I knew you would like.
That's
that
like
movie.
top 10 comedies of all time.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
A lot of quotable.
I wake up in the morning. I piss excellence.
There's no way you both like that.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
You can just put them down by your side.
Oh my God!
You ain't first, you're last. I'll see you. I'll see you when you're grown up. I say that to my kids all the time when I leave.
Yeah. Little bit of shake and bake.
There's no way. Two people.
And then the scene at the dinner table when she said she's been slaving over the food and she brings out the Taco Bell and KFC. And then kids going on Grandpa. That's awesome. That's great.
Oh yeah, so funny.
I spent the afternoon throwing a bunch of Grandpa Chip's war medals off the bridge.
You guys are pulling my chain.
No.
Oh no.
Ask Lox how many times I watched that.
So, top 10 comedy movies of all time.
Yes, absolutely. And that's no hesitation.
Possibly.
No
It's
hesitation.
probably not even in the top 10 Will Ferrell movies of all time.
That might be number one.
Really?
Will Ferrell
Oh,
might
wow.
be.
That might be number
Step
one.
Brothers got to be up there.
Step Brothers better than that.
Step Brothers was good, but it got draggy.
What the hell is that Talladega Nights?
No,
kid?
Talladega Nights.
When they're at like Denny's or whatever, I'm like,
Yeah.
this movie sucks, man.
Great movie.
And I'm no great. I love to laugh. I love comedy, but it doesn't touch me. I don't know. Step Brothers has goofy enough stuff, but oh, all right. Let's do this here. So,
who's that? Warner?
yeah.
Why does he look sick?
Burger, Kurt Warner. I don't know. It's young Kurt Warner. So if you had the number one pick in the draft and these four were coming out of college, who would you take and why? Someone jump in for the love of Christ.
Easy. Steve Young.
Oh.
You're absolute winner. You got the shine. You know what I mean? Amazing quarterback. I mean, there's no second thoughts. There's no other answer here. Steve Young, absolutely.
Well, my answer is, and I thought it was easy until you said that, but Matt Stafford is, to me, the most talented. Steve Young he was like Mike Vick before Vick was Vick. Like he had
you didn't. I was going to say you didn't see quarterbacks like that. I think is why everybody was so high on him. But Stafford, are you talking about the team or just the quarterback in general? Like with their team? Like, are you saying Matt Stafford when he was on the Lions and then him while he's on the Niners?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's not a fair comparison.
All right, that's what I was asking because I was going to say.
Then you're just comparing, like, would you rather have Roethlisberger?
That's a good comparison, though, right there. Roethlisberger with the greatest show on turf, right?
Yeah, but we're just talking about the quarterback, though.
Gotcha.
So it's your team.
Yeah.
You're the 1996 Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, well, definitely knock Warner off. I think it would be down to Stafford and Young, but I'd have to go with Young.
And if I'm the 99 Eagles, I'm absolutely taking. I know Stafford came out in like 05 or whatever, but I'm just saying before McNabb got there, I would be taking Stafford. The arm strength, the toughness, and it's just a damn shame that he was stuck in Detroit for all those years when they were bad. He gets traded and now they're good.
The toughness is what did it for him. I mean, that dude, I watched him for years playing against Green Bay.
Mind you, all four of these guys don't lack for toughness.
But
to me, Stafford is a step above.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd go Stafford too. He's got.
You don't even know Steve Young.
I'm not old enough for that. He's got Baker Mayfield has some of a Matt Stafford in him.
He does.
I like that.
Agreed.
Remember he like dislocated his shoulder, popped up, still did a play. That's
and he's yelling at his sideline. Well, that it's his left shoulder, so he can still throw.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. No, dude, you're not. Your arm's hanging in the back.
He throws a game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, they don't make it like that anymore.
All right, which of these 2024 playoff teams will miss the playoffs in 2025?
I mean, if I only got to pick one, it's easy. It's going to be the Steelers. They don't even know where their quarterback is yet.
No, which of these?
Which?
Well, your answer can be just one, and it's the Steelers, or it could be all of them, or it could. You don't have to pick one. You pick who you think is going to miss.
Okay. Steelers.
That's it. Texans. No, their division's horrible. Never mind.
Denver and Houston.
Who's going to win that division?
Which one?
Houston's.
Remind me again.
I don't think you're facing in front of the mic, but Titans, Jags, Colts.
Oh, I'm taking Jags. Let's go. Jags are.
Yeah, I'm not making that mistake again.
I think the only team on there that misses is the Chargers.
You think the Steelers still get in?
Oh, absolutely. You got Mike Tomlin. That's like having Andy Reid, or that's like having, you know what I mean? That's Mike Tomlin wins. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with him, but he's going to get it there. Even if it's with, they got Pickett or Mason Rudolph. They did fine with Mason Rudolph the first go round.
Mason Rudolph?
Isn't it Mason Rudolph back on?
Yeah, you can't
on Steelers.
You can't have faith in that.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they did well the first time. I mean, I'm saying Chargers. I don't think Chargers have enough to go.
For me, I'm going to stay at the same stadium. I'm going to look at the other team there. It's going to be the Rams.
I was going to say that was my second one.
Even though I just blew Stafford for 5 minutes, I don't think they have enough. They lost quite a bit. They're thinking about trading for Jalen Ramsey, but it's an older Jalen Ramsey. Are you that confident in what he's going to do for your defense? They do have an up-and-coming defensive line, but I don't have enough faith in them. You get rid of Cooper Kupp, bring in a washed Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Like, what? He's not washed? Where's he been?
Oh, you just blasted me for picking one, and then both of you picked one.
Well,
I was actually no bull was going to say Chargers and possibly the Rams. That's where I was looking. I was looking right in the middle.
But I agreed with you on the Steelers, so I didn't want to repeat that. And my other one was going to be the Vikings because the Vikings is a coin flip.
It is.
If J.J. McCarthy is what Sam Darnold was, they're obviously making the playoffs. If he comes in, he's not very good. That's a rough division to be in.
It definitely is.
If we have to pick, and there's usually a lot of turnover in the NFL, so I think Tampa stays weak on account of the weak division, and so does Houston.
The only reason I didn't go to Minnesota is because they played well with Darnold, and you don't even know if Darnold was a stud or not.
Yeah,
is Darnold?
I know he was.
I thought we've been saying for years, but I'm just saying, is Darnold that guy, or was the line and everything that good, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking McCarthy will plug right in there. I'm not saying they're going to win 12, 13 games, but I think they'll squeak in.
80% of what Darnold was.
Yeah. We'll find out definitely if it was Darnold or if it was a team.
Yeah. Could be both.
Could be.
Do we have confidence in Green Bay?
Oh, absolutely.
That they'll make it? Yeah.
They'll definitely be in. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but they'll definitely be there. Unless big injuries.
Skins will be in. Chiefs will be in. Eagles will be in.
I like Denver. I mean, I like Denver.
Baltimore. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they're a Super Bowl team either, but Denver's going to win some games.
Yeah. They really came on. They started off slow and then really came on at the end of the year. Oh, Knicks. Big Dicks Knicks. All right. Oh, we'll go to this next thing first. All right, cash or trash, Dave. The Yankees have an advantage with the short right field. So here's Yankee Stadium. It's not that short, but it's short.
I mean, I'm so sick of this. This is why I put this in here. I'm just so sick of hearing it all the time. You know what is unfair before I say cash or trash? When Yankees bat, the field is 312 or whatever. When the other team, the opposing team bats, they move the field back to 370 or 420.
Yep.
So it's definitely unfair. Yeah. No, it's not unfair. This is bull. Why aren't the other teams hitting home runs?
Right.
And everybody gets on Judge. Oh, he wouldn't be hitting him in that short porch, blah, blah, blah. You know how many he has that wouldn't be out of any other stadium?
Not many.
Not many.
No.
His balls are going 440, 450.
Of all the dudes to try and say the distance matters.
Now, if you wanted to say
Gardner or something.
First baseman last year.
Rizzo.
Yeah. That dude hit the top lip of the wall about 100 times, but that's still, you have the other team is batting as well. Yeah. Wouldn't the Yankees be giving up 10 home runs a game?
Yep.
And then you have, what about Boston? What about paddling the ball off the Green Monster all day that's 212 feet away?
It's the majority of the right fielder in Boston plays behind the foul pole and right.
Yeah.
And then in left field, it's 270.
Yeah, pesky pole is 180 feet away. There's just a lot of stadiums like that. And they said, I think it was it Philly that's short too in right field? I think they said Philly wasn't much bigger than Yankees.
A little bit higher, though, I think is the difference.
But no, this is garbage. Both teams hit on it. Come on. The opposing team comes and hits on it. It's not like I said, like they moved the thing back 50 feet.
Yeah.
Hell no, this is trash. This is garbage. All you haters, just shut the hell up.
See where this left fielder's standing? If this was in Boston, they'd be in the street.
Yeah. Sit there and paddle singles off the wall all day. So annoying. I see this on social media every single day. Yeah. Crying.
I had an idea. So I was watching the Yankees Rockies series. And so I knew about being in the high elevation. It's going to seem a bit off topic, but we'll get there. Being in the high elevation causes the ball to travel further, which it does. Yeah. But what I didn't know was that the pitchers...
I seen that. I didn't know that either.
Here's my solution for Colorado.
Because the damn dome?
Well, for me, remember 3 years ago or whatever, there was that spider tack grippy stuff?
Yeah.
Let everyone use it in Colorado only.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could see that. I think Schmidt pitched there and Fried pitched there.
And Warren.
And Fried's curveball is dirty, and it wasn't really doing much, so he went a lot of fastball.
But like, either you have two choices at this point, because Colorado's never going to be a championship team because no pitchers want to go there.
Yeah.
So move the team out of Denver, or let them use the sticky stuff,
or build them a damn dome.
Is it the wind? I think it's just the elevation causes
it, but you could change it inside of a dome. You know what I mean? I do like that their walls are high. You see how high their walls are? Their walls are high as hell.
Yeah.
The balls still fly, though.
Yeah. But what do you think about that idea?
Yeah.
Just let them use the goo.
Yeah.
For
pitchers got a 9.5 ERA at home in Colorado. Yeah. They go on the road, they got 1.3.
Yeah.
Crazy. Why, if that's the case, though, why aren't there a lot more home run guys in Colorado?
I don't know.
Because they got some hitters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could actually hit. So you'd think they'd have a 45 home run guy.
You think that a lot of offensive players would want to sign there and boost their numbers.
Boost it up and give me my big
I think
paycheck.
Jose Canseco wants to sign there today. He still needs to get to 500.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that'd be a good idea. Speaking of the Rockies, segue.
Yeah. We're rolling right into it today, aren't we?
Are they the worst team in recent sports memory? They are 9 wins and 46 losses.
This is absolutely cash. They're on pace to win 26 games. 26.
Yeah. We were just talking about this for White Sox last year.
But White Sox wound up winning 41, so they almost doubled what Colorado was projected
White Sox
to win.
had the record-tying losing streak of like 22.
26 games. And this team isn't that bad.
No.
You watch them play the Yankees, they have hitters, and they can play defense. Yeah. I don't know.
McMahon's playing poorly and Doyle's playing poorly, but this guy Beck, this dude's an up-and-comer. He's playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they run the bases well. They played good defense.
I'm going to say this is trash, and I'm going with the 2017 Cleveland Browns.
The Deshaun Kaiser Cleveland Browns?
No, it wasn't Deshaun.
What? No, Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh.
Sorry, Zach.
But it wasn't just one season. It was multiple seasons.
Yeah.
They were terrible until, was it Baker got there? They had the long list of quarterbacks they went through.
That's his name, Hugh Jackson. He was, in his career at Cleveland, he was 1-31 because they lost the next year or the previous year. They went 1-15.
Only thing that gets me, that has me thinking Colorado, is you're talking 162 games. You're talking 30 there.
Yeah,
162 times.
It's not over yet.
You went on the field. 162. That's a lot of heartbreak.
They can come back.
You're talking like 140 times these dudes crapped in your face.
Yeah.
At least Cleveland, you leave Sunday, you don't think about it, so you go back to practice on Tuesday, and your nuggets start going up in your throat on Saturday.
To me, I'm gonna have to agree with Dare, because when I see a team that's assembled so terribly like this Browns team with Deshaun Kaiser as your quarterback, Isaiah Crowell was your leading rusher with 800 yards.
Ooh. Former Jet, right?
Yeah, Duke Johnson, Kaiser. These guys.
Duke Johnson was that guy.
No, he wasn't.
If he went to a different team, he would have been something.
So the reason that I say now, if they go 26 and 142 or 156, 136, that's easy math. Then maybe, but their team on paper looks way better than this team.
That's what I was saying. They actually aren't a bad team.
I think that the Rockies will hit 40 wins.
Yeah. Is just enough to be the worst and suck. Yeah.
I remember when this was breaking news, when they got a win, when they finally got a win the next season.
Yeah.
It was.
That's crazy.
The winless Lions were pretty rough too, because Stafford was out for the year. I can't remember 0-16.
Yeah, it was 2008.
That was the year that that famous clip with Dan Orlovsky running on the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Oh, Rod Marinelli is the coach. Holy shit. That's Dan Orlovsky. Dante Culpepper was still around at this point. John Kitna. No, not that year.
That was only the Mosh year.
Was Kellen Johnson played? He was actually there? Question mark? Yeah. I don't know why it's not showing it. Oh, his receiving stats are over here. He still had 13, 31, 12 touchdowns with those bums thrown to him.
When he's throwing to.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Let us know who your worst team is down in the comments. So I've been trying to get this to work, but it's not going to work. So, Dave, current Kirk Cousins or current Aaron Rodgers?
Well, you got to
word it Rodgers, 100%.
You got to word it a little better.
Go ahead. Word it while I look this up.
Kirk Cousins. What I don't even remember what I said. I'd take Kirk Cousins over to Aaron Rodgers today.
I'd take Rodgers in a second. Kirk Cousins, the last seeing we've had of him is he was washed. I know he was coming off injury. Everybody can say it was because of the injury, but he looked absolutely terrible. And Rodgers can still ball. Rodgers, like, I think he just had, like Dan called, I think he just had Jets blues because Rodgers can still play. But Cousins, I don't know. I'd have to see him on another team before I put any stock in Cousins because he looked bad.
100%. I'm going to say trash. I would rather have Rodgers today. Obviously, Rodgers all time is better. No doubt about it. There's the stat comparison, but I think I would rather still have him. You can't judge someone for what they did on the Jets.
We're learning. You told us that a couple years ago. We're learning. We're still learning.
That whole train ride, I was telling you.
We're learning.
I'm going to say this is cash. Not for the talent-wise, but the shenanigans this guy is going through.
True.
What happens when he gets in that locker room?
That's the only thing I can always put against Rodgers is he's always going to be a part of the bull. He's going to always want the most money. He's going to always want to be begged to play. You know what I mean? That was his downfall through his career. He'd probably still be a Packer. If he didn't act like that, he'd still be a Packer.
But Kirk Cousins, he's wearing the chain with the guys, taking the morale there is going to be.
Yeah, I like where you came with that.
So much better. Talent-wise, I give you Aaron Rodgers.
I like where you came with that. You came out of left field a little bit. I like that. That was good.
Asher Trash, if Aaron Rodgers signs with the Steelers, he'll throw for 4,000 yards in 2025. 4,000 plus, not 4,000 on the dot.
I'm going to say mid-threes. I'm going to say trash. They do run the ball a lot, so I'm going to say they do have, what, they got DK and who? Didn't they just get somebody else? Or we're talking about getting somebody else. Who the hell did they get? I don't know. I
just traded Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I thought they were talking about or getting somebody else, whatever. But I'd say like 35 because they do like to run the ball a lot.
There.
I'm going to say this is trash. Definitely not doing that. He doesn't even throw 300 yards a game ever.
Since when?
I think he did it once last year.
Yeah, this is cash. He was on the Jets.
He was on the Jets.
Jets had a good team.
No, they didn't. It doesn't matter. They're the Jets. It does not matter.
Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Wilson was a disappointment. That was very disappointing.
Throw to him.
He couldn't run routes. He
kept
just
throwing to Lazard.
You could tell a lot. Yeah. he loves his Lazard for some reason.
Okay, cash or trash, Lazard has some sort of blackmail against Rodgers.
100% cash. 100%.
And that other dude,
Randall Cobb?
That scrubby dude that was on the Chiefs.
Yeah, MVS.
Scantlin, someone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's terrible.
He's bad. He's Lazard. And he's
like these scrubby dudes.
And he's the Packers Knicks. Is that his name? Hicks. No, what the hell's his name? Dontavian Wicks. Dontavian Wicks.
Yeah.
That dude is just like Scantling. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, he received 85 yards today. Yeah, it was one catch and 5 dudes fell.
I think we're going to do this trivia as a separate video because of how terribly it usually goes. So
There's usually all right at trivia. I don't do trivia well.
Yeah, and you guys usually argue.
Yeah.
About
because you guys cheat. You cheat to let him win.
We listened back to the recording.
That's why he was here earlier than me.
Yeah.
That's why his car was out front first. Were you really here?
I was here. What?
You were
My
here?
car was here.
Yeah, see? You guys tried to play it. I was like, Dan, is Dare here?
No, I wasn't.
He was like,
I wasn't
no.
here. I was here.
Yeah,
I was outside.
I'm sure. Passing all them notes on.
But it was me and you in here watching the AEW.
I think you were like, hurry up, he's coming.
Oh, he was behind the curtain over there? All right, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for that video, and we got another one. Going to be an NBA comparison video, but we'll catch you guys.